Okay, everybody, you're not going to be able to see us this show. Welcome into the Poolside Bets bracket special. Um, I guess I hate you can't see our beautiful faces tonight, but you'll get to see my wife's face as she completes our bracket board here. We had some Wi-Fi connectivity issues, so we're just going to have to get this thing done best way we can. So we're just going to have the one camera going.
Connectivity.
Yeah,
That's a good one.
you like that word?
Right in the word
Right in
hole.
the connect hole.
Sure did.
So here we are. I'm Franklin. Paul's there with us, and so we're going to run through our
Present.
bracket. Just remember to go out to ESPN, the Tournament Challenge, and search in the groups. Look for Poolside Bets. That's all together, no spaces. Poolside Bets. Join that group and put your bracket and compete with us, and let's see what we get done. So it's exciting time. We're going to get started. Got the two playing games going tonight. One probably not. I think we got one going right now between SEMO and Texas A&M Corpus Christi, I believe.
61-55 at the moment.
Okay. So there you go. Your updated score, as of course you'll see as you listen to this, maybe late tonight or tomorrow, probably most likely, you'll get that. So anyway, where you had to do this, you're just going to have the one camera, but we'll be here talking you through it and see how we're going to build our bracket. So we started earlier and we had to quit and redo. So you see some teams have already been advanced. We got, of course, Houston, Kansas, UCLA, Texas, and Gonzaga. I think I mentioned UCLA. Just kind of watch them playing UNC Asheville. I like that Asheville team. They got a kid there named Drew Pember. A lot of fun to watch. As a big man, but he can shoot the three, shoots free throws really well. So if you don't get too much action in 16-1. I mean, well, 2-15 matchups, but it's fun to watch him play anyway. So we moved those right along, Paul. So where do you want to go next? You just want to walk down the left side of the board there, or start in the west, or?
Yeah, just we'll go in the west, and we'll just go from top to bottom.
All right, we're going to the west. Your 8-9 matchup between the Arkansas Razorbacks and the Illini of Illinois.
Yeah, Ken Palm's got Arkansas 20th. They got Illinois 33rd. The only problem with Arkansas is they're not consistent enough. They're young, they're athletic and talented, and their coach is a damn ticking time bomb.
Yeah, absolutely.
So I got Illinois beating Arkansas in this matchup.
Do you?
Yes, sir.
Where was I at? I think I had Arkansas moving along, but I don't think that I had them moving any further than that. So outside of sitting here arguing over this 8-9 matchup, I think I'll just go with Paul here, and we'll move the Illini into the next round.
Victory.
If you're if you're looking for talent to watch there, Nick Smith with Arkansas, he started playing late in the season. He's probably a projected lottery pick in the NBA, but he hasn't been consistent enough. If I knew what you were going to get there from Nick Smith, it's probably the only reason I thought about moving Arkansas along, simply because they had NBA talent there. But like Paul, they're very inconsistent. So we got Illini moving forward in your 8-9 matchup.
I think that the defense is going to win it at the end.
Okay. All right, so we'll go on to the next one. You got the number 5 seeded St. Mary's Gales taking on the VCU Rams.
All right. This is where we're probably going to get squarely. You want to go first?
All right, so I had some information to give you, and let me tell you where I'm at on these two teams. They're incredibly close when you look at offensive and defensive production. I thought VCU is a very slow-paced team. And I thought that St. Mary's would have the offensive edge here, but I don't know. I mean, defensively, VCU is number 6 according to team rankings that I'm looking. I'm sure you can find these stats anywhere else. And St. Mary's is number 10. So defensively, they're 6 and 10 in the country, defensive efficiency. And then if you look offensively, I'm going to get this for you right here. They're incredibly close as well. So you got VCU offensively at well, I'll just go with St. Mary's first because I'm scrolling this by alphabetically. So and apparently I can't. I'm not very good.
All right, so Ken Palm's got St. Mary's 11th, VCU 58th. Both teams are pretty much equal defensively, like he's saying. The problem is the style of play. St. Mary's is going to slow it down. They got really good guard play. VCU's there's a lot of people taking VCU because of the 12-5 stuff or whatever. Uh, VCU creates turnovers on defense. They're really good. I get it, but I still can't make it past the St. Mary. I think St. Mary's is
Yeah,
going to be the
so
better team.
offensive efficiency, it's not even close. St. Mary's is 35 and VCU is 155. But points per game, they both are scoring right around 70.
That style of play, though, St. Mary's does not push the
Yeah.
ball.
And VCU, I don't believe either. They got possessions per game are pretty close. I don't know. I like the Rams' way that they force you to win every bucket, but I don't have VCU moving any further. That's just one of those 5-12 matchups that a lot of times you see. I know how much you appreciate the Gales because of the win you saw them get against Gonzaga.
I mean, I just the style of play here, two good defense against each other, and you take the better offense of the two, and that's St. Mary's.
The one I was going to tell the last time this is the second time these two teams have met up against each other.
Yeah.
The last time they did, Will Wade was the coach of the Rams. Yeah. So and then they did
You
not,
see where he took the job and they put him on probation right away.
yeah, 5-game suspension right out of the gate.
Way to
So
go, Will.
I'll let Paul get another win here. We'll move St. Mary's into the next round.
You're setting me up for disaster, aren't you? I think we're good on those two.
Yeah. If you're looking for one, and you like there's always going to be a 12 that gets one done, but this is not the 12 that I like the most. So we're going to move St. Mary's along there. And boy, what a matchup here! You got Rick Pitino taking on UConn. You got another Gales, Iona Gales taking on the Huskies of Connecticut. Love UConn and how they can score the basketball. They came on strong late in the season. I just don't know that Iona has enough talent to pull the upset here.
No, they got UConn 4 and Kim Palm 74 for Iona. The problem is Patino is looking to go to St. John's, and he came out and said all the right things, but he also said Iona didn't offer him a contract extension. So that pretty much let me know he's probably gone.
Yeah.
And but he says he don't even remember where St. John's is, even though he talked to the chancellor this week. But hey, well, I'm not going to call him a fibber, but he fibbed.
He fibbed?
Yeah, he fibbed. Anyway, so yeah, UConn moves on there. I don't think Iona's got anything for him. Okay, now this one is troublesome for me, but
Okay.
TCU versus whoever wins out of what is it?
Arizona State and Nevada. I believe they play Wednesday night.
And I like Arizona State's team.
I don't. I'm gonna have to fight you. Arizona State. They started out strong. They won 4 conference games and they lost 4 straight conference games. Did they beat Arizona last second shot? Yeah, they did. But man, the Pac-12 to me was just weak this year. I'm just not a fan of Arizona State. I think they probably get by Nevada, but like I told you weeks ago, in the weeks leading up into this bracket coming out, I love the Big 12 teams, and I just think TCU is too strong. I mean, they've got a win against Kansas where they absolutely destroyed the Kansas Jayhawks. I like TCU. I know we're doing a lot of chalk here in this whole bracket, but I really like TCU to take care of business there.
All right, well, I ain't gonna argue, but I like if Arizona State gets by Nevada, then my opinion changes. But TCU.
All right. Northwestern, we already moved Gonzaga along against Grand Canyon. Well, Grand Canyon had a good run in their tournament. They were not the top seed there out of their, was that the WAC, I believe, the Grand Canyon plays in? But I like the Zags to move on there. I really like the Zags this year. I think they've gotten it together the last 2 weeks. So I'm looking forward to watch them play. So we'll go to the 7-10. You got the Northwestern Wildcats. I think this is just the second time they've made the tournament.
Yeah, they're Yeah, they're not. They haven't been very good at anything.
I don't like anything that they do, and Boise State's had a really good season. So I like Boise State to take down the Northwestern Wildcats.
I think I got them moving forward too. Let me make sure. But I did want to make a comment. Boise State's got a guy named Boo Buie on their team.
Boo Buie?
Oh, Boo Buie. Yeah. So yeah, I got you got Boise State or
Yeah, I like Boise State to take.
yeah, they got a father-son duo, and that usually comes into play during this time of year. It's always some kind of magical bullshit. Whereas the Homer Drew, Bryce Drew crap. But anyway, Northwestern top 20 in defensive efficiency, but I don't think it matters here. Boise State moves on.
Yeah.
All right, moving right along, Captain.
Moving right along. That's so. You want to finish the West before we move to the Midwest?
Yeah, we can. It's gonna be interesting. Go ahead.
Yeah. So we'll go back up the top. You got the Kansas Jayhawks taking on the Illini of Illinois. I don't know how Illini keep up with Kansas.
I don't know.
Out there in what they play? They're out in Las Vegas.
Yeah, I'm not
I
sure.
believe that's in Des Moines. That
Okay.
second round.
Anybody want any corn?
That's a little closer for it. Anyway, yeah, I think it's just too much talent there for Illini to do anything with Kansas. I like to move Kansas forward here.
Nah, I ain't gonna argue with that. I can't argue with that actually.
You can't. All right, so let's go with our next matchup: St. Mary's and the Yukon Huskies. Get going.
Yeah, I've got St. Mary's beating UConn.
Oh my goodness! I can't. Connecticut's too good scoring the basketball. I don't know if St. Mary's is going to be a stop them. I mean, Connecticut is top 10 in the country in offensive efficiency. I like the Huskies to get it done against St. Mary's there. So we're going to use. Somebody's going to have to use one of their. I don't know what we call it. Challenges, vetoes. Are you ready to move St. Mary's along there?
No, I'm not gonna waste it here. You can have that one.
I can have.
I don't like how chalky we are though.
Yeah, I don't like it. I hope our other brackets aren't nearly as bad here. I just think the one I think UConn's gonna be able to speed St. Mary's up, and it's gonna be kind of like the last game St. Mary's played against Gonzaga. They're just not gonna be able to keep up. Just know they're gonna be able to score. I know they're really good defensively, but I think that you got to be able to put the basket in the hoop when it gets tournament
Yeah, but
time.
you're on a neutral court and you got a team that does not push the pace. They're gonna pick their shots. They're gonna make their points. It may be in the mid 60s or low 60s, but they're gonna limit your opportunities to score, and they're gonna play good defense. And that's But
Well, I know. I mean, I get that. I don't know if they're going to be able to stop Connecticut enough.
I don't care if they got Bobby Hurley or Grant Hill or any of them. Anyways, UConn moves on. Let's
I don't think didn't they play for Duke? I don't.
it don't matter.
There's
We'll
no.
talk about
There's
them later.
no Kimball Walker here. Is that what you're telling me? No Kimball Walker's coming back to play for.
UConn. I don't
UConn?
know. It's all good.
All right, TCU Gonzaga. Paul might have had a different team there with TCU. I think we both got of course, we both had the Zags moving forward. I like Gonzaga to take care of business here, no matter which team comes in between TCU and
Yeah, I do
Arizona
too.
State.
I had the Arizona State moving forward, and then Gonzaga beat them, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah. Okay. The 10 seed Boise State taking on the number 2 seed UCLA Bruins.
I don't give a shit who's hurt.
You just don't think Boise State can get it done?
If y'all need an extra player, call me. I'll be glad to get one of them rings. UCLA.
I have liked UCLA, and I think they get it done here. It's just and they're slow. I mean, they're 236 in possessions per game, so they're gonna have to make them count. But yeah, I think UCLA is too talented for Boise State.
Number 2 in Ken Palm. I mean, that's not gonna be a close game.
Ken Palm's got them up at number 2.
That's what I saw.
I thought, well, I had it up earlier. I guess I took it down.
UCLA,
Yeah,
number 2.
UCLA, number 2, right there.
Right there in the 2 hole.
And 0, they got negative luck too. So that means everything they've won, they've gotten it
Done it
on
the
their
merit,
own.
yep.
Yeah. All right. Okay, Kansas and UConn in the Elite Eight. No, trying to get to the Elite Eight. Who's gonna win it here?
Kansas.
Kansas.
Kansas. Like I said, Bobby Hurley, Tommy Hurley, the Hurley surfboard team. I don't give a shit.
Yeah, I got Kansas moving on here too. Kansas into the Elite Eight out in the West. All right, Gonzaga, UCLA.
Ugh.
I got the Zags getting it done. I got them getting past UCLA here. Making it to the Elite Eight again. They just keep getting it done every year. I think Pac-12 was. I know UCLA is high. Gonzaga's 8 in Ken Palm. They're number 1 adjusted offensively according to Ken Palm. I just think they got way too much. UCLA is not going to be able to score enough. That's a great game. Remember we had the Jalen Suggs game, Gonzaga, UCLA. Suggs hit the big shot late to move Gonzaga on. Or you want to come back to it? See if there's another game you would rather get later? We could leave it.
I don't really care. Who you got, Gonzaga?
I'll just tell you, I've got Gonzaga getting to the Final Four. I got Gonzaga coming out of the West. I got them taking Kansas down.
We were going to fight over that.
How about we move to the Midwest? We'll let that simmer for a bit.
Okay, I'll just put Gonzaga through because I think by this time, like I said earlier, the injuries for UCLA is going to rear their ugly heads, and I think this may be the game it happens in.
Yeah. Okay. And we'll come back. We'll leave that. We'll leave that there. We'll go to the Midwest, and we'll get down to the Elite Eight in the Midwest.
All right.
So we got Iowa, Auburn. You talk about a team that can put it in the hole.
Yes,
the Iowa Hawkeyes can do it, but boy, they give it up on the other end.
Well,
of course, it's an 8-9 matchup. They're both, and if you look at the lines, I mean, the line on this game is only Auburn -1. So Vegas tells you everything. We should have talked about some of these lines because these are low lines.
Yeah, none
of these games.
They're all scary. I got Iowa moving through here because Auburn's played a lot of close games this year and they haven't won hardly any of them. And this is going to be another close game. They just can't seem to find a way to win the game at the end.
And the biggest thing here is the inconsistency with guard play. And you cannot have inconsistent guard play in the tournament. We've seen that year after year after year. And Auburn's guards get them in trouble every game. Yeah. If they could be consistent, they'd be really good team. But they got some good players. Wendell Green's a good player there for Auburn. But I'm with you. I think Iowa just basically outscores them in a high
Bruce Pearl's
going
to be probably 3 shades of red by the time this thing's over with.
He'll be soaked through 2 or 3 jackets. He'll have to change clothes at halftime. So, yeah, we're going to move the Iowa Hawkeyes on here. Okay. Here's a game I've been waiting on for a minute here.
Do we agree on this?
I think we do.
Oh, shit.
So Miami has got this kid out, and I cannot pronounce his name. Lauren, come over here for just a second, honey. Since you're not there, you go. Talk to the camera. There you go. Lauren, would you like to pronounce the name of that player that's questionable for the Miami Hurricanes? There.
Is that Wong?
Yeah, that's a Norchad.
Norchad Omie.
Norchad. We're going Norchad Omie. Yeah, I have no clue. I don't know. I don't know how you pronounce it.
I ain't gonna argue with it.
But I think he's a big guy for Miami there. He's questionable, and I like everything that the Drake Bulldogs do.
I do too. Another father-son duo. March Madness loves this shit. 14-2 in their last 16. 54% from 2, 40% from 3. I know this level of competition not the same, but Miami has not played a tough schedule. Neither is Pitt.
The ACC's been bad.
It's not been good.
I said something about the Pac-12, but I think the ACC's been way down this year.
Drake is top 30 in defensive efficiency. They beat Mississippi State, who is a tournament team, by 6. Drake's going to win the game.
I like Drake. I like moving on the The Drake Bulldogs. They are the Bulldogs, right?
How
I'm
do
getting
we?
that.
Yeah, how do we? Why do we?
Now, don't get confused. Now, Miami can score the basketball. They can really put it in there.
They
but,
can't protect the
they
rim.
No, they cannot. And this with this kid out, that gives me concern there for the Miami Hurricanes. They've had a good year, and I think some of this comes from just Miami not doing their job a couple of times. When I know of a couple of people that had them on tickets throughout the year that just kind of hurt our feelings. So.
All right. No,
So we got-
oh, here's the one that I. Okay, here we go.
So now we move on to the next matchup. We have got the Indiana Hoosiers taking on Kent State. What is Kent? I forgot.
The Flash.
The Flash. That's right. Golden Flash.
Yeah. Or just the Flash. Or
Just
Golden
the Flash?
Something.
One
Yeah.
of the two.
I don't remember.
All right. So Kent State and Indiana. get
71
going.
versus 30 in Ken Palm. Indiana's talented and they score and they do all the stuff and everything. Kent State is
And Kent State's 71 in Ken Palm. I mean, that's pretty
10-1 in the last 11. They took Houston and Gonzaga to the wire. Kent State, I understand all the love. That line is coming down. People are hammering Kent State. But I have Indiana beating them just because of the over exaggeration. I think it's just
You think people just kind of fall in love with that 13 seed there? or-
Yeah, I think they have. I understand it. I'm not saying I don't. I just don't think they're going to be able to run with Indiana.
Okay. I love Trace Jackson Davis for Indiana. They're going to have to double team him. So if they can't stop him, I think that's going to be a big problem. I did kind of have a little bit of love for Kent State myself.
Man, all the talking heads love them.
I don't hate taking this stance. Indiana wins, but Kent State keeps it close and
I
maybe
know that.
covers that line.
All right, so here's a fun stat. They're 0-2 against the top 25. They lost to Gonzaga, and then they lost to Houston. So
Wasn't it Toledo they beat to get in the turn
Yeah.
to win the automatic
and
bid?
I'm telling you, they were in both of those games. That Kent State team is good. So if you want to go out there and bet them, I do not blame you one bit.
Yeah, I probably would have Kent State, maybe especially in a teaser, and if this line moves up, if by betting time Indiana is 5 or 6, I love Kent State and the points there. But I'll go with Paul here to move Indiana along. I really wanted to take the 13 seed there, Kent State, but
I get it.
they've got a kid in Trace Jackson Davis, and a lot of times when you got a kid that talented that can play, it makes a lot of difference.
Let's see if I can find that line. Where are we at?
All right, we got Iowa State taking on the winner of tonight's Mississippi State Pitt game.
Oh boy.
Who
Okay.
you got in that play-in game going on tonight?
Who do I have in the play?
Mississippi State or Pitt? Who you think's going to win that game?
State's going to win it because they have the better defense.
Boy, Pitt looked bad in that Duke game. I mean, Duke put it on them by 30 points, but Pitt's been able to score. You know, they got
They can't stop the ball though. State plays better defense.
They do, but can State score? Whew, boy, they're bad offensively.
They're the worst 3-point shooting team in the country.
Yeah, even when you watch, you see why.
Well, we've watched a lot of bad basketball this year. All righty. So we're at that. And you know, I say all that shit, and on my bracket, I got the playing team beating Iowa State.
I thought you liked Pitt to beat Mississippi State originally.
I did until I dove a little deeper. I just don't. I think if State can just state and play defense,
Iowa State has struggled. I think they've lost 6 of their last
they're like
8
Arkansas.
games.
Yeah, they're bipolar. You never know what team's going to end up out there.
And they've got some good wins. Didn't they beat Baylor 3 times this year?
Yeah, they've got good wins. They're 6 for a reason, but I don't know. I'm just where I am because I like State and I like Pitt. I don't hate neither one of those teams.
If you told me Pitt won tonight, I would move Pitt past Iowa State.
But not State.
I don't think so. Man, their offense scares the ever-loving shit out of me. I just don't think they can score enough to get through it.
Okay.
What do you want to do there?
I got either or. I mean, I don't think Iowa State wins the first round.
Let's take the play-in. Just write play-in on the next line there. We're going. Iowa State's going now. We got us an 11 seed moving on. You know, I think a play-in team has gotten to the second round like 4 or 5 consecutive
get
tournaments.
that early game, get that early sweat.
That's right. All right, here we go.
Where we at?
Xavier
Honestly, I got nothing
taking
there.
on Kennesaw State.
Give me Xavier. I don't.
Xavier's too good here offensively. That Kennesaw State, they
127th in Ken Palm,
yeah,
Kennesaw
I
State.
mean they were up and down all year. I saw them lose to Lipscomb. I saw them lose to Liberty really, really bad. Obviously, they
You're
won.
a Lipscomb.
Not Limp, Lipscomb. Yeah, we're gonna move Xavier on here.
All right, I got something on this game here somewhere. There it is, right there, right in front of me. Penn State versus Texas A&M Aggies.
Oh boy, here we go.
I've got A&M moving forward. They won some really big games this year. They're led the SEC in free throw shooting, which helps in the tournament. Penn State's got a terrible defense, but they can score the ball. And I just not gonna. It's hard for me to take a team that does not play defense well. I just like Arizona last year. They could outscore anybody, but if they don't play defense, they're not gonna win.
Yeah,
So give me A&M.
yeah. A&M is they bully you up and down the court.
Yeah.
I mean, we've seen them do it to Alabama. We've seen it do them to other teams. I mean, didn't they only lose 2-3 games in the SEC season the whole time?
Yeah, they're 15-3 in the season.
Yeah. So I like A&M to get
Split,
by
yeah,
Penn
split with
State here.
Alabama, beat Tennessee, 2 out of 3 from Arkansas, beat Auburn twice, beat Missouri twice, lost to Kentucky by 9. A&M's a better team here.
Yeah, I was surprised at that Kentucky loss. That was kind of when we thought Kentucky was getting it turned around when they beat A&M.
Yeah.
All right, so we'll go back to the top. Houston takes on the Iowa Hawkeyes.
Houston.
Yeah, if Marcus Sasser doesn't come back for that game, watch out, because boy, we saw what Memphis did to Houston in the conference tournament game.
This is classic defense versus offense.
Yeah, if Houston can get them slowed down, and if Sasser can come back, I don't think there's any doubt that Houston's going to get past the Hawkeyes there. So we're going to move Houston on to the Sweet 16.
You ready to fight?
Drake Bulldogs taking on the Indiana Hoosiers. Drake is moving on to the Sweet 16.
I got them moving on, too. I got them playing Houston.
That's why I didn't argue with you with Indiana and Kent State, because I didn't have the winner of that game moving forward.
There'll be there's going to be a Cinderella team somewhere, and I really like Drake.
I do too.
And there's a one or two more.
I've liked them before, and they've played good games, and they just couldn't get it done. So I'm hoping that this is the year that they can pull it off.
Yeah.
They are 215th in possessions per game.
Talking about Drake.
Yeah.
Well, hey, just make them count, baby. Make them count.
Let's take I know you got the notes. I would just kind of I should have just written it down, because
What do you want?
they're 66 in Ken Palm, which is strong for a mid-major team.
Indiana's 30th, and that Indiana team, I just think you put them on a neutral floor, and Drake.
Outside of Purdue, who was really, really stout in the Big Ten this year? I mean, if you think about those teams, and it always depends on who was at home. You could almost have taken every home team in the Big Ten Conference this year and found wins.
Yeah. All right, so that gets us.
So we got Drake moving on to the Sweet 16. There you go. Get in there, Lauren. You're doing a great job.
Look at that handwriting, would
Yeah,
you?
isn't it beautiful?
Production value here is amazing.
So we had the play-in winner. So that's either State or Pitt taking on Xavier in the round of 32. Who you got there, Paul?
Where am I at? Let's take a gander at what my thing says. I've got Xavier moving on.
Yeah, as much as we've given them hell when we've bet on a couple of times this year, I think they
Well, it broke my soul one Saturday.
Yeah, they did. They're 16th in Ken Palm. They've been strong. They've got really good wins. I just don't think either team that gets them. I mean, congratulations for winning 2 games in the tournament, but I think that's where it ends. And Pitt, man, they're not going to be able to stop Xavier from scoring. If they can't stop teams in the ACC from scoring, they're not stopping Xavier from scoring.
Yeah.
So we're going to move Xavier on to Sweet 16.
Like it.
And boy, the tension's going to be high for this one.
You talk about the game that nobody cares about.
Texas A&M taking on the Texas Longhorns. All the Texas fans are going to be around.
Can they both lose?
We could appeal. I mean, we could ask if that's the case.
All right. I guess we ought to talk about it.
Yeah, let's talk about it.
Texas is, what do I got them at? Texas A&M is 25th in Ken Palm. Texas is 6th. I think Texas A&M will win the ball game just because I think they're the better team. I got no reason for them to win. I just got them moving on. They're 4-1 against the top 25. Texas is 9-6. I mean, I got nothing, man. I don't have a good reason. I just.
To take A&M here?
I mean, A&M in Texas and Des Moines, Iowa.
Why they got to be in Iowa?
Yeah, what are we doing? Give me A&M just with the better conference, better team, better everything.
I think A&M has proven they should have been in the tournament last year.
Yeah.
They can, and like I said before, they're going to make you work for every single bucket.
Is that old Buzz
You
Williams?
yeah, can really coach them up. Let's. You know what? I'll go with you here. Let's have A&M take down the Longhorns early. I mean, they've got the better wins. I mean, they did say they split with Bama, right? They took down Tennessee, and I think they've got the mettle to get that game.
All right, where we going now?
All right, we're going to back up to the top. Houston and Drake.
Behold my field of games.
All right, is this where the Cinderella shoe falls off, or what happens here?
It pains me to say, but it's going to be over.
Houston is entirely too strong. Like I mentioned, if Sasser's back by this game, which he probably will be, Drake is not going to have any chance to get this thing done. The Cougars they're just too strong everywhere. And, man, that's a suffocating defense they're going to throw at you.
I'm sorry, but Houston.
I'm sorry, Drake. We loved you, and we're proud of the effort that you made.
Made us look good.
That's right.
But don't.
The number one team in Ken Palm, I mean, it
it don't matter. Oh, boy.
Okay.
I cannot just get off the train.
You can't. You just really like them that much, huh?
I mean, hell, I like Texas against them better than Xavier.
Yeah, I did too.
It's A&M.
You want to put A&M moving on against Xavier, huh?
Unless you want to talk about it, I don't have an issue with that.
All right, Xavier's 16. What did you say A&M was? Xavier's 16.
They were 26th.
Their adjusted offense is 119. I mean, that puts them 9th in the country, and their adjusted defense is 70th in the country. I'm going to imagine that Texas A&M
25th.
is much better. They're 37th adjusted defense and their 30th adjusted offense, which is strange. I didn't realize they were that high. I like. I mean, they're not high as Xavier, obviously, but they're better defensively, and they can score it enough. I think they can get the stop here and put Xavier to bed there in the Sweet 16. So we're going to move Texas A&M into the Elite Eight.
Never thought I'd say that.
I didn't either, but here we are.
There we sat.
And it's so chalky, right?
Oh no, I know. We're about.
As much parity has been in college basketball, here we are with a 1, a 7, a 1, and a 3 in the Elite Eight.
I mean, you tell me who's going to be. I mean, I could argue UCLA beats Gonzaga there, but if they're injured, then no.
Yeah.
And Gonzaga is not the same team they were at the first of the year.
No, they've put it together the last
It's like
2 or 3 weeks.
It's like they went out when they went over there and they knocked on the door and they gave them coffee and they're like, okay, now it's time to play basketball.
Time to play basketball. Yeah, in the Midwest there, I think it's Houston is making a run here. They're ready to get back. I think Houston's going to take down A&M. And I have Gonzaga beating Kansas, but we can have a conversation.
Yeah, I don't see it that way. But let's do. You want to finish it out?
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah, I got it. Houston.
but you got Houston, right?
Yeah, Houston and Kansas.
All right, I'll take Kansas. It just they're really strong. I didn't like the effort that they put in against Texas and the Big 12. But when and in those tournaments, I think teams are trying to stay healthy. Sometimes they don't. Yeah, we're gonna move Kansas in there.
That's in Las Vegas.
Yeah. All right, so you can go to your whiteboard over there and put your Midwest and West finalists in there.
But Kansas and
Your Midwest is going to be Houston. And your West champion is the Kansas Jayhawks,
yeah, that's chalky as shit.
isn't it? Well, we had Drake doing something. We had A&M getting to the Elite Eight. So if you want to swap that board around there, Lauren.
Doing all the work
Look at that.
like a
Beautiful.
Vanna White.
Well done. Oh, that side of the board looks so much better. I wrote better. I think I ran out of juice when I was writing. the
Oh
other
shit!
side.
Hofstra beat Rutgers in overtime. Anyways,
Oh, that's fun.
isn't that adorable?
Way to go, Hofstra and the NIT. Okay,
Where we at?
we'll start in the East since Lauren's standing on that side. You got any reason to think Purdue's going to go down as a 1 seed there, Paul?
As much as I like Fairleigh Dickinson, no.
Well, they've got to beat Texas Southern.
Yeah, no. Let's put them in. I'd go ahead and put Marquette in. Right.
Yeah,
with
we're going
the
to move the 1 and the
Catamounts.
2. We're going to go ahead with Purdue.
Kansas State could probably get put in. I can see an argument for that 12-5 game.
Marquette. Yep.
Montana State's not beating Kansas State. I don't think.
I can't even find my side. Okay, here we go. All right, we'll go. Let's start with the fun one here. That 8 and 9 matchup up there. You got the Memphis Tigers
Okay. Here
taking
we
on
go.
the FAU Owls.
Oh God, you're gonna be so mad at me.
All right, Memphis is 19th in Ken Palm. They've had a really good year. 26th adjusted offensively and 35th adjusted defensively. They're really, really good. They've had a run here. They went out and they beat Houston, who didn't have Sasser, and I don't know how hard Houston was trying there in that conference tournament, but Memphis has been good all year, and they can really score. They have struggled at times defensively, but again, when you look at their adjusted defense, they're still 35th in the country,
Yeah,
according to Ken Palm.
I made a ton of money on Florida Atlantic this year.
I did too. I mean, they were really, but they got a loss to Ole Miss, which
Well,
is
first.
not
That was the first of
good.
the year, though. That's before anybody told them they were bad. They thought they were still good.
That Florida Atlantic's also top 35, and they're 32nd in adjusted offense and 36th in adjusted defense. So
They're 26th in Ken Palm.
yeah, so this is the reason they're both 8 and 9 matchup. I mean, they're
That's a
they're
toss-up.
incredibly close.
In my bracket, I have Florida Atlantic moving forward, but I don't really. I mean, there's nothing. I don't have a golden ticket that says it.
I think some of that's a heart play too.
Oh, ain't no doubt, man. Ain't no doubt.
Just wanting to see Memphis and Penny go down.
I mean, they beat Florida by 2. I don't. Shit. No.
I think Memphis is playing really, really well, but I don't have either team beating Purdue. So let's go with Florida Atlantic here. Let's go with the 9 seed. Let's get them with a win over
Why are you
Memphis.
just? Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
My sheet on my paper is backwards.
Your sheet on your paper.
Did I stutter?
I'm just curious what that.
I had to teach everybody what I mean. How come you're agreeing with me so much? I don't like it. Something's
Don't
finna-
worry. We're going to skip that 5-12 game. We're going to go to the 4-13. The Tennessee Volunteers taking on the Louisiana Raging Cajuns.
Tennessee. You want to hear it? Wait.
I've never seen a team get away with playing defense the way that they play as often as they do. I don't. I mean, to me it looks like they're fouling. They're playing 40 minutes and they foul for 38 minutes of a 40-minute game.
Well, they have to. They only average 58 points a game.
But they cannot score. Well, they better score here. I had Louisiana beating Tennessee just because I wanted to have a 13 seed beat a 4. And Tennessee's got Ziegler out. He's one of the best point guards out there in college basketball right now, and he's down with an ACL. He's the leader of that team. He makes that team go, but gosh, they're so tough on defense. I mean, are they not like number 1 or 2 in defense in the country?
I didn't even. It's Tennessee. They beat Alabama, beat Kansas, beat Texas, lost to Arizona. Louisiana lost to Texas by 28 and lost to our beloved Drake team by 12. This team,
Boy,
Tennessee,
okay.
they're not beating. It's Tennessee.
All right, we'll move Tennessee along. Yeah, by the way, Tennessee's number 2 in defense.
Well, when you score 58 points a game and you made the tournament, something's got
You
to
better,
be going right.
You better do something right.
All right, where we at? What we done?
I got another upset coming.
Do you?
No, well, we'll skip that one too. Let's go to the number 3 seed, Kansas State, taking on Montana State. Montana is the Grizzlies. What is Montana State?
Hell, I don't
I
know.
think Montana's the Grizzlies. I have both of those wrong. I could, but
Well, it's got
I
got some kind of cougar or bobcat. The Bobcats.
Okay, there you go. Montana State Bobcats. Well, they're Bobcat out. They got nothing. The Wildcats of Kansas State are going to take down the Montana State Bobcats. I love the Big 12. They're really good. Kansas State can get it done here. And that line is 8.5, which a 3-14 should be bigger, but I like K-State there. This game, I swear you could toss it up. You give it to me any shape, fashion, form you want to. Michigan State and USC. I think the Pac-12 was weak. I don't know. And you got the best coach here in Izzo. You got a pretty good tandem of guards here for Michigan State. I know they had an up-and-down season, but where are you at?
They had that school shooting that kind of, they're kind of tugging at everybody's heartstrings. But,
Yeah.
What do you think hard to get through. Boogie Ellis, the guy that played at Memphis last year, is playing for USC. He's had a really good year. They got pretty good defense at USC. I don't know. Overall, I think they got more talent. I don't think Michigan State's the Michigan State that.
No, they're not, for sure. I mean, and then that's proven in their record and what they did in the Big Ten. It wasn't great.
In my bracket, I have USC winning the game.
All right, let's move USC along. I think I was building several brackets, and I had USC in one, Michigan State in one. And that game is a 2-point line right now, early line for that game. Michigan State is favored by 2. Okay, so the two best games I think are going to be in this bracket are going to be the 5-seeded Duke Blue Devils taking on Oral Roberts.
Okay, convince me of this shenanigans.
All right, Duke got back one of their players, and I know his last name is Roach, and ever since he's come back, they have been incredibly efficient. They've been scoring more points, and you're going to look at their offense and say they're not scoring a lot, but that was from early in the season. They have been on an absolute roll. I think they're one of the best teams in this bracket.
So why did we
outside of Marquette?
Duke, yeah.
Oh, because I thought you were going to convince me Oral Roberts was the team to move on. I thought you loved Oral Roberts here.
No. They lost, but Oral Roberts lost by Houston by 38, St. Mary's by 8, Utah State by 10, New Mexico by 7. Duke might lose to Houston, but the rest of the team Duke's beating.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I don't know why I thought that we're going to move the Blue Devils on there.
Yeah.
Okay. 6-seeded Kentucky Wildcats takes on the 11-seed Providence Friars. The Friars, that's right. Providence 44 and Ken Palm. They've had a pretty decent season. I'm surprised that they're an 11 seed. They're 16th adjusted offensively, but only 108th defensively. But boy, is Kentucky showing you anything this year that makes you think they can just go out there and make a run?
The only thing that I like about Kentucky is they have that. I think he's a power forward, and I really can't say his name.
Oscar Shibwe?
Yeah, Shibwe. There you go. They're a really good offensive rebounding team, which helps in the tournament. I think Kentucky's going to win the game just because of sheer talent, and then they're so physical on the offensive rebounding side. They're going to get second chances, and it's just going to be too much.
Okay. Yeah, when you have Oscar Shibwe, I think you got a chance in any game. So as long as he's playing well, Kentucky plays well. And if they get decent guard play, I don't know if it'll be a game. So they've got to get good guard play. That's going to be the issue, and you just got to hope that they get it. So we're going to move Kentucky along.
And this is the time of year Calipari comes alive, though. He'll meander
Like last
around.
year
Yeah.
against St. Peter's? Is that what you're referring to?
Well, it's St. Peter's. What do you think they were going to do? Go out there and just beat the shit out of?
St. Peter's is what? The Peacocks?
I'll go with that.
I think they are. All right, so we'll go back up to the top. Purdue and Zach Edey take on the Florida Atlantic Owls. You talk about a mismatch here.
I got Florida Atlantic.
God.
They're not that. Purdue's not that good.
No, you're right. Okay. You know what? I'm going to go with you here simply because I have Purdue losing in the next round. So, hey, let's do it. Number 1 seed goes down in the round. And what did we talk about 2 weeks ago? That if a team can get Purdue out and running and tire that big fella out,
It's not
gonna be
It's
trouble.
a bad matchup. I'm not kidding.
I know. I just said they got to get out there and get it going, though.
They're gonna get you get Edey in foul trouble. It's gonna be it's
yeah.
a different game.
You got to get him moving up and down the floor. And their guards have been inconsistent. Again, you cannot have inconsistent guard play in the tournament. So, yeah, I like it. Let's do it. Honestly, if I'd have had Memphis moving on, I think I'd have had Memphis beating Purdue.
I don't think Purdue's that good. Anyways, all right, Duke, Tennessee. Ooh, what a game!
Duke gets this thing done. Tennessee's got Ziegler out. Duke, like I said, they got Roach back. They got Filipowski, who's playing really, really well. And Duke is doing it on both ends of the floor right now. I love that team in the last 3 weeks. So I'm going to take the Blue Devils here and move them into the Sweet 16.
Who's the coach of Duke?
It's John Shire, who is a
Shire.
former guard for the Duke Blue Devils.
Yeah, I got you. Yep, Duke.
You're amazed at all the information we have in our head, aren't you? Isn't it impressive?
Yeah, it's Duke.
I can't wait till ESPN sees this horrible camera chalkboard action we got going
And
here.
just throws us a bone.
And throws. I said, "Look, guys, this is incredible, and everything you said was great. We're going to give you a spot next year to build a bracket." All right, Kentucky and K-State. I know what I like here, Paul. I don't think Kentucky is.
No, I'm back here.
I don't think Kentucky has been consistent enough this year, and I think this is where it bites them. I think K-State's a really tough team, and I think K-State can get this thing done over the 6-seeded Wildcats. And apparently, because of your silence, I think you like the other Wildcats to move forward.
No, I mean that's not a huge gap, I had Kentucky moving on, but it wasn't. I don't know. It's just
I told you how much I love the Big 12. I think they're all battle tested.
Yeah,
I think they just have got more experience and are ready to go. As far as playing games against big teams, I think K-State's got the edge here.
yeah. I'm not gonna argue there.
Well, they can hold Shibwe down, and I don't know that those guards for Kentucky are going to be able to be consistent.
They're
enough.
28 and 24 in Ken Palm. I don't have enough information to fight you either way. Kentucky's 2-4 against the top 25.
Yeah, and Kansas State is 19th adjusted defense in Ken Palm. So I love K-State here.
Okay, well, I'll give you that one.
Okay. And I told you 2 weeks ago.
Okay,
who
here's a fun stat. Number 3 seeds have won 9 of 10 meetings against the number 6 seed in the past 7 tournaments.
Wow, so history is on our side.
There you go. All
My
right.
side, I guess.
Right there in the USC Marquette hole.
Absolutely, and I've been past this campus. It's downtown in where were we in Wisconsin? Milwaukee. Nice little campus there. Rode by it. Former school for Dwayne Wade. I love Marquette Golden Eagles destroying the USC Trojans.
I think it's gonna be a good high scoring game if Marquette wins.
I like Marquette moving on there.
Well, my bracket's just forked. I'm an ad. Anyways, that's I got my own bracket. I'll enter. Okay. All right, here we go.
So what you had Kentucky beating Marquette? In the
I had Kentucky beating Marquette, Kansas State, and Marquette, and then beating Duke. I had
Well,
Kentucky in the Final Four. But anyways, I digress.
Boy. Okay. All right. Well, I have Duke beating Florida Atlantic there. I mean, I don't have it on my sheet, but I got Duke. I had Duke beating Purdue, but I didn't mind FAU moving forward there. But I'm pretty sure Duke can get past the Owls there.
Yeah, I don't.
In the Sweet 16.
Duke wins the game. I'll just be wiping my tears with all the money I've won.
From your $1 million bracket that you got built over there?
Yeah, from that when FAU beats Purdue, it's going to be a landslide.
That's going to be a good one, isn't it?
Yeah.
All right, K-State and Marquette.
Oh, yeah, that's right. You got now I'm verklempt or whatever the word is. I had Kentucky beating Marquette, and K-State can beat Kentucky, so give me K-State.
You know what? I love the Golden Eagles, and I wanted to have them move on, but they struggled, and they won, but they struggled with St. John's, and teams that started the season unranked and finished the season ranked, and especially getting a number 2 seed in the tournament, have not fared well when tournament time comes along. So give me the battle-tested Kansas State Wildcats to take down Marquette. I'll help you. I'll help you out there. I'll change my pick as well. How about that? We're just doing it on the fly, huh?
Yeah, I don't. Boy. This is definitely not the same bracket we did the first round. I mean, the other side of the board.
No, it's not.
All right, where we at? Duke.
Well, it's just better. Look, we're not chalky here. The 1 and 2 seed has been gone. We got a 5 and a 3 in the lead 8. You want to think about that game and move over to the south?
Yeah, let's meander.
All right, I don't think either one of us is going to have any problem with Bama and Arizona moving along in their first round matchups. Honestly, the only 15 seed I liked in the tournament was UNC Asheville. I just don't like the matchup that they ended up with UCLA, so I couldn't. Now, I do like Colgate a lot. They're incredibly efficient team, but
Been a good team to bet on.
But they ended up with Texas.
All right, we got Maryland versus West Virginia. Ken Palm has West Virginia 17th, Maryland 22nd.
I don't like anything about the Big Ten. I love the Big 12. West Virginia's too tough.
Yeah,
West Virginia gets this done.
Away from College Park, Maryland got blowed out a few times this year. Their coach is the last 5 years he's been to the tournament. He's lost 4 times in the first round. Bobby Huggins is Bobby Huggins.
It's Bobby Huggins.
Yeah, West Virginia.
West Virginia gets that done. College of Charleston, the 31-3, 12-seeded College of Charleston takes on the San Diego State Aztecs.
Love 'em.
Vegas likes San Diego State -5 here. What do you think, Paul?
Give me College of Charleston. It's gonna be raining threes. They rebound the ball really well just because they shoot a lot of threes, a lot of long rebounds, keep possession. San Diego State's been better, but the tempo wins it. Charleston goes and wins this game.
Charleston makes their threes. They get this done. I love the 12-seeded College of Charleston somethings. I can't remember their.
God, we agree too. We were hanging out too much. This is something's amiss.
Well, I blew up the other bracket. What are you talking about?
I definitely didn't know. All right, here we go.
All right, now Paul,
Yeah, you finna do this.
I love Furman to win this game. I don't know.
Sell
look.
me. Sell me. Sell me on it.
All right, number one, Virginia can't score.
Furman's in the tournament first time in 43 years.
That's right. They're just getting there. Who's the only one seed to ever lose in the NCAA tournament in the history of the NCAA
That's
tournament?
the Cavaliers.
That is Virginia Cavaliers. I know Bennett is an incredible coach. And again, like I said, Furman is they're 89th in KenPom. They're 33 adjusted offensively. Now they're only 183 adjusted defensively. But if they can score the basketball, they're going to be able to slow Virginia down. But I mean, if you got
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
but if you got Virginia moving forward, I can't argue with you too much.
I'm not upset about it because Virginia doesn't. I mean, Furman shoots the ball really well.
Right.
Where's Furman?
Where is Furman?
Do we know?
Like in the land of the world,
the free land.
the free land. I don't know where Furman is.
They're playing in Orlando.
They are in Greenville County, South Carolina.
Oh shit! There ain't no. They're just no. Okay.
I mean,
it's not like
they
it's not like
know
they're-
each other, don't they?
Yeah, they're not flying across the country. Oh my goodness. Okay, so 12 of the last 16 matchups between a 4 and a 13 have been decided by single digits, including all four. All four. Fuck it. Put Furman. Put Furman in there.
We got to have a 13 seed getting through somewhere. I think this is because if Virginia goes into an offensive lull, they could get behind like they did against UMBC some years back. We watched that game right here at the Elks Lodge.
Furman.
I watched UMBC take down.
I'm gonna have to change my bracket all around. Well, not really. What did I have them doing here? Okay, so I had Virginia losing to Charleston in the round of 32. So it's not a huge ask to have Furman beat them. Okay, all right, I'm ready.
All right. So we got Creighton taking on NC State.
I think I got notes somewheres on that.
Somewheres.
Yep, I don't know where's. I got two separate notes because obviously I can't. Here we go.
When Kalkbrenner's playing well, Creighton is an incredibly tough out.
Yep. NC State's as bipolar as they come.
Yep. I mean, I do like their guards, but they're going to have Joyner and the other guard play really well to get past Creighton.
Yeah, Creighton's going to win the game. 13th, KenPom. NC State's 55th. Take the most consistent team. I mean, I know.
Yeah, NC State's been up and down all year, and the ACC has been bad. I mean, that's why they've gotten wins and they got in the tournament. I think Creighton, and we know where Creighton is. We've been by that. We've been by that university this past June.
Yeah, we're right down the road.
Yep, they're over there in Omaha is where Creighton is located.
University of.
The Blue Jays, right? We're going to take the Creighton Blue Jays to take down NC State.
All right. Talk to the people for a minute.
All right.
I'll be back.
I want the big long names to go through.
We like the long names to get so that you do all the writing.
Yeah. I had to write Gonzaga.
Yeah, when you're building these brackets, and everybody wants to take. You're always going to have some double-digit seeds make it to the Sweet 16. It's happened nearly every year. There's a lot of parity in college basketball this year. Teams are up and down. You've got injuries. You got major injuries for some teams, like Jalen Clark's out for UCLA. We didn't mention it was Xavier. We had Xavier moving pretty good, but they don't have any. I got his last name, Fremantle, for Xavier. I think it's maybe Marcus Fremantle. I can't remember. He's really good, but Xavier's still strong as an entire team, so I think that's the one we had them moving forward. And don't forget about the big kid from Miami. I think we had Miami going down. And then, of course, Sasser for Houston. I don't think that's injury that keeps him out of the tournament. May keep him out of the first game, maybe even the second game. But Houston's so strong everywhere else. I think hopefully they can survive his absence for a minute. We're going to get to a team here. I got a note on a coach for a team coming up later, but let's move on to the 3-seeded Baylor Bears taking on the UC Santa Barbara Gauchos.
Don't you do it. Let's put Baylor up there. Don't even second guess this thing.
Baylor's guards are really good. As long as they keep playing well, they'll take care of the Gauchos, I believe, pretty easily. And I like, again, I've mentioned it, the Big 12 is tested, battle-tested. So we're going to move Baylor along. What is a gaucho? Paul, you got any?
I do, but I don't want to get it wrong and get in trouble.
Yeah.
This
There's no wrong answers here, Paul.
could be later.
Now, here's a matchup I like here. You got the Missouri Tigers, who, what a hell of a job by that coach that came in from Missouri this year to get them in the tournament, played well in the SEC. They're taking on the Aggies of Utah State. Now, let me give you a little note on Utah State here. They are coached by one Ryan Odom. Do you know what Ryan Odom did, Paul?
Name sounds familiar.
Ryan Odom was the head coach of UMBC when they took down the Virginia Cavaliers as a 16 seed.
Oh.
And he's now at Utah State.
Okay.
Who's taking on Missouri here in the first round in the South region.
So what are you trying to tell me?
I like Utah State to beat Missouri. I mean, Missouri's a pretty decent basketball team, but
They beat Tennessee twice, lost to Kansas by 28,
Yeah.
lost to A&M twice. They beat Iowa State by 17, beat Kentucky by 14, and beat Illinois by 22. That's pretty good. San Diego State beat Oral Roberts by 10. Or
You mean Utah State?
Utah
Yeah.
State, yeah.
Utah State is 13th in the country adjusted offense and 64th adjusted defense. They're number 18 in Ken Palm. And what is Missouri? Do you have it on what Missouri is?
Ken
there?
Palm, yeah, I do. I have it wrote down 18th. No, 51.
Yeah. So
Utah State
is 18th.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's weird.
Yeah. They're really good out of the MWC conference there.
All right, I'll go with it.
I like Utah State to get it done. Ryan Odom has got experience. He's been there before. He's done it as a higher seed. I think he gets the boys ready, and the 10-seeded Utah State Aggies take down the Missouri Tigers. I mean, great season by Missouri. I just don't know if they're ready yet.
I'm good.
No tournament experience.
No, that's fine. Utah State it is. Let's go Aggies.
All right, so we'll go back up the top.
I might move to Utah.
I love this shit. I might move to Utah. We got Alabama taking on the West Virginia Mountaineers.
Bama.
Bama moves forward. Too much Brandon Miller. Too much everybody for Bama here. College of Charleston against Furman.
I had Charleston beating Virginia.
I had Charleston taking down Furman. So, and I don't know, I had Virginia with a question mark. I wasn't sure there, but I think I'm going to stick with my gut and have
Charleston.
Charleston's going to take down Furman there, and your 12th-seeded College of Charleston is going to move on to the Sweet 16.
Somebody's getting a job.
Yeah, he is. Creighton Blue Jays, Baylor Bears.
Okay, I got Creighton moving forward.
I do too. How do we?
Of all the
what is
talk
going
about
on
me and
here?
you arguing and all that, I don't know what we're doing. Marquette lost twice.
Creighton does a little bit of everything really well, and again, that kid Kalkbrenner down low, I think will be able to stymie the Baylor Bears and and not have them do what they like to do. And the guards are good for Baylor, but they've also shown that they can be a little inconsistent. So, yeah, I like the number 6-seeded Creighton Blue Jays to move on against Baylor.
Right.
Utah State, Arizona. I know where you're going because I know you love this team. So,
Where am I at? What we done? Well, yeah, you had Utah. Yeah. Oh, yeah, I got Arizona moving on. You gonna fight me?
No, I can't fight you there. I mean, they're 10th and I mean, they're 4th in the country adjusted offensively. I think they've got too much firepower for Utah State.
Arizona's played by far the better. I mean, they played everybody. Their one big loss was Oregon by 19, but they beat Tennessee 2 out of 3.
Yeah.
San Diego State by 17, Creighton by 2.
Then they beat UCLA in the conference title game, right? When that
Yeah.
Arizona took down UCLA.
Yeah, beat them by 2.
Yeah.
That's when the kid got injured. All right.
All right, so Alabama takes on College of Charleston. Does the slipper stay on, or
There's
does
not-
it slip off?
Not only does it slip off, it probably turned into what is it, a mouse or whatever it turned into, Cinderella.
Pumpkin? It doesn't fit anymore. It just can't put it on.
Yeah,
Foot got too big.
Old big-footed Charleston.
Yeah, they can't. I can't. It won't go on. If the glove does not fit,
They're not in the tournament anymore.
yeah, we're gonna go with
Bama.
Nate Oates, Brandon Miller, and the Alabama Crimson Tide to move on to the Elite Eight. All right, Creighton Blue Jays, Arizona Wildcats.
I can be convinced either way. I got what do I got? I got Creighton. I got Arizona moving on here. I don't necessarily love it.
Creighton is they've had their moments where they could give away games. I think we saw one recently. Didn't they get beat by 20 or so? About a week or so ago. I can't remember who they were playing.
Probably Marquette or somebody.
Because I think you had them on a ticket somewhere.
No, I'm sure.
It was I don't know if it was Providence or Marquette or Xavier. One of those 3 teams, I believe.
I'm just gonna go with Arizona.
You want to move Arizona along?
I think at the end of the day, it's too much firepower.
Yeah, I can't fight you there. I don't know if Creighton can get that done. Well, that's a good matchup there. We got the 1 and the 2.
Yeah. That other side, though.
I'm all mixed up in chords over here.
Okay.
All right.
Duke, K-State.
Oh, I'm stuck again. Oh, my goodness. What is going on over here? I cannot get out of the chords, Paul. All right.
Good radio.
I didn't have either one of these teams making it there, so.
No info?
No, I think they're just riding a wave of good play. Like I said, they got one of their best players back. They've had a great end of the season. They had a great run through the tournament. I think Duke can beat Kansas State in this matchup.
Well, I had Duke, Kentucky. So, and I had Kentucky moving forward. So, I'll just go ahead and say, since I had Duke there anyway, that Duke moves forward.
Well, they're 42nd offensively, 24th defensively. Let's see what K-State is. That's going to be in the K's, right? Kansas State's 52nd offensively, but they're 19th on defense. They're 24th in Ken Palm. I think Duke's a little higher. Again, I'm just going to go with momentum, and I think the Duke Blue Devils can take down the Kansas State Wildcats here.
Yeah, it's a 24 versus 21 matchup, so it's not like it's yeah, give me Duke.
Yeah, we're going to move Duke on there.
I just don't see how. I think Bama's going to beat the shit out of Arizona.
If Alabama is still making threes the way we saw them making them early in the season, I don't think Arizona can keep up. Bama's going to get out and run. If they can take care of the basketball and Brandon Miller can assert his power, he's a little bit of a liability defensively, but you cannot disregard this kid's talent. And if he's ready to go, Bama takes Bama takes down Arizona here and gets to the Final Four.
Alabama. So we got Houston, Kansas, Bama, and Duke. Or chalky, ain't we?
All right, Lauren, you can move those teams along. South, you got Alabama. All right. You want to move that board on over there in front of that so we can take a look at our Final Four action?
Look at that. Look at this.
Well done.
That's so good.
Get it on in there. All right. Here we go. There's your Final Four teams. We got Duke out of the – no, you did that wrong. Yeah. Alabama out of the South. Oh, man. Boy, it was going so well, too.
It's almost like a CBS production.
The Jefferson Pilot Sports is what we got going on right here.
We got the Big Ten network going on.
Oh, man.
We said we were going to show the game. We didn't tell you were going to be able to see it.
Yeah.
Here we go.
Okay. Which side you want to start with here?
Let's go. I think Alabama's going to move on. I don't think there's too much argument there.
Yeah, if that comes to fruition, I don't think Duke can keep up with Alabama, so we'll move Bama on in.
And then I like Kansas to beat Houston.
If you, yeah, if Houston has any trouble scoring the basketball, I know they're really good defensively, but if they can't find a way to score here, I think Kansas is going to be too much. I think the Jayhawks are going to be too much for Houston there.
Yeah, it's just too good a team.
And I don't know how good Sasser's going to be, even if he does come back. I don't know the extent of that injury, so that kind of gives me pause there to have Houston move forward. A great season by the Houston Cougars, but we're going to move the Kansas Jayhawks in.
Yep. All right.
Alabama, Kansas. Just like everybody figured.
Did we do it? We did it wrong.
Did we?
All right. I got Kansas beating Alabama. Repeat.
A repeat. Yeah. I look, I've liked Kansas all year, and they're a Big 12 team. Like I said, all these teams have given each other hell all year long. Alabama, did they go undefeated? No, they lost to Tennessee, didn't they? They were undefeated up until that Tennessee loss. And they have stretches where they don't make threes. And if that happens again, and if Brandon Miller can't defend on the other end, Kansas is going to be able to take down the Alabama Crimson Tide, and Kansas will win
Back to
the
back.
title.
And you can get them right now at 12-1 to win the tournament.
That's not a very bad odd. Yep, we're going to move Kansas in to complete our bracket.
And we'll have this thing posted by tomorrow.
So the Poolside Bets bracket will be in the Poolside Bets group. So remember, go out to ESPN, go to the bracket challenge, search groups, look for Poolside Bets, no spaces. You'll find our bracket that we built out there tonight. I'm sure Paul will have his own bracket that he likes, and I'll have my own bracket. But this is the one we came up with together, which is sure to fail.
Didn't argue near as much as I thought we would.
I don't even know if any of those four teams will make the Final Four now that we've put them in there.
Congratulations, Gonzaga.
Gonzaga, way to go, Gonzaga.
Or who'd we put out
The first
early?
title.
Purdue.
Purdue.
Yeah.
Well done, Purdue. Way to go out there and win the title. We want to thank Lauren for her wonderful work on the board, chalkboard, and the dry erase board there. We apologize for not having all the other cameras, but hey, thanks for joining us, and we'll get back to giving out picks soon. We're going to be perusing the casino at end of this week to catch all these games. So hopefully we'll be putting our Gonna put some pics out there on the Twitter page, Twitter sphere, Paul.
Yes, sir. Well, I'm probably gonna put some golf picks out there. I ain't really lined it up yet, but
So look for Paul's golf picks for the Valspar Championship coming up. You don't have to worry about Scotty Scheffler winning another one because he's not going to be in that tournament. So, congratulations to Scheffler. And I just want to talk about, we talked about the players coming up. You said congratulations to Tyrrell Hatton since you had him in the tournament before. And then,
Yeah.
of course, he goes out there and finishes solo second and had
yeah,
a big back nine there.
it's uncanny how
Yeah.
how it's silly.
Sung Jae-im, I thought maybe could do something there. He got it to like 10 under with like 9 or 10 holes to go and just couldn't get anything going on the
all
backside.
all four of my golfers made the cut, which is unusual. But I mean, they all played well. They just couldn't get there. So
Yep. So anyway, we look forward to this week and to the games getting kicked off. And you already had playing games tonight. And 2 more tomorrow night, and then the big tournament gets going. Of course, they consider these playing games first round, but you'll never convince me of that. But anyway, that's the bracket. Remember, ESPN Poolside Bets Group, go out there and beat us, and we'll get you on the show or do something. Maybe get you some swag out to you if you beat us, which you probably will. So anyway. Oh, yeah, I said merch before, some swag or whatever. So anyway, thanks for joining us, and good luck to all of your brackets that you put out there. This is Poolside Bets. That's Paul. I'm Franklin, and we'll catch you next time.
bye.